Hello everybody, my name is Damian Oliver. Welcome back to my second video on my tutorial for Second Life. Today we're going to be going over a couple of the more important terms before we get started. First of all, it was pointed out to me that I never officially defined what Second Life was. So, as a technical definition, Second Life is a 3D social platform. It also has a heavy emphasis on user creative development and is focused largely on the user economy. What does that mean? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, the more important term I want to point out is dealing with that development part. Today we're going to be talking about what a sim is. Now, like I said, Second Life is largely developed on the individual users creating items. This includes everything, including these tables, this wall, and this tree, and, well, just about everything else you see here. What we tend to call this, or what we generally tend to call a particular area, is a sim. If I look at my map here, you can see everything within this square here is considered one sim. And over here is a separate sim. You'll sometimes see little signs that say Sim Crossing. That was because back in the early days of Second Life there was sometimes problems when you crossed sim lines, but there isn't that problem anymore, well, generally. So, what is a sim? Well, quite frankly, it's a square of land that somebody pays to create and to develop. I believe when somebody starts this out, it actually starts off completely as an ocean, and then the person adds land, adds buildings, so on and so forth. So in essence, you can create your own little paradise or fun activity area. However, this is not cheap. Now, some of you are probably wondering, wait, we have to pay for this? Technically, no. As you can see up here, here's my in-game wallet. As you can see, I'm kind of broke. And it is really easy to add money, but it does require actual real-world money to do this process. In fact, you see, I'll get 2,000 Linden dollars for about $8.33 US. Now, keep in mind, this does tend to flux a little bit because of conversion fees and the like. Now, there are other ways of getting Linden dollars as well as there are multiple different ways of spending them. But that is by far the fastest and easiest way, is just clicking on that little button there. Now, what can you do with these Linden dollars? Well, it kind of depends on what you want to do with them, really. First of all, you could go shopping. I can use my Linden dollars to buy any one of these items. In fact, if I hover over it there, you can see that little tooltip says that particular item there is 175 Linden dollars. Now, keep in mind with the conversion rate, that means well, generally speaking, it's about $250 or Linden dollars per $1 US dollar. That means that compared to $1 US dollar, 175 is approximately 60 to 75 cents. So these are far from expensive by any means, despite what the numbers look like. Even if you found like a magical mod or vehicle that costs, $2,000, $3,000, that means you're spending about $10, $12 US. That's still better than most mounts and stuff you can buy on most MMOs. Now, some of you are probably wondering, what do I mean by user-created elements? Well, that can be anything, really. Anything from the clothes that I'm currently wearing to larger structures. This one here looks like it's being in the process of being made, but you can see other ones here that have quite a bit of work on them. That guy there is probably still in the process of creating that one. So it can be a wide variety of things. I brought you guys here to show you a great view of one of my favorite areas here. I've actually increased my viewing range, so I could actually show you quite a few. But as I mentioned earlier, Sims are a large piece of land, and they can be connected together. Sometimes this is called a continent. So we got one Sim here, we got another Sim here, and we got a third Sim off in the distance in the mountains. And you can see how different people and different time frames can create a variety of different styles and buildings. So it's sometimes worth exploring around your immediate area just to see what's going on. But that being said, like I pointed out earlier, Sims are not cheap. Depending on what sort of Sim you want to get, some Sims cost anywhere from $250 to $1,000 US just to start up. And then some of them will cost upwards of $75 to almost $300 monthly for maintenance. So this brings me to one of the points I like to stress the most to people. If you find some place you like this area or this continent or whatever the case might be, don't be afraid to donate to it, because the person who is running it, the person who bought it, is putting in a significant amount of money towards it. And if you can help at all, it will help them a great deal. Many places, like this one here, has what they call a donation board somewhere nearby. Basically, all you have to do is click in and choose pay. Now, keep in mind the numbers I told you were in US dollars. But if every person who visited a sim chipped in, $1,000 or $100 Linden dollars, that would help out a lot. Keep in mind, it's about 250 Linden dollars to about $1 US. So all I'm asking is, chipping in 40 cents. It's not that much, and if every visitor comes by and helps do that, it helps keep your favorite place alive for that much longer. Because nothing hurts more than when something like this all disappears and turns into something like that.